We are going to Mumias, but this isn't your ordinary travel and explore type of video. We did one of those 48-hour return trip challenges, and this is how it went. We knew we wanted to kickstart the year by doing one of these, but picking the actual dates and making the bookings was a bit impromptu. Our travel options were limited because of this, but we had to pull some strings just to make this happen. So back to the blueprint. The plan was to travel from Nairobi to Mumias, and from Mumias to Mombasa, and back to Nairobi within 48 hours. Our choice of travel was Marshes traffic. We boarded the bus at Railways, made our way through Nakuru to Kisumu, made our stop at Kakamega, and finally connected to Mumias via tuk-tuk. The bus does go to Mumias, but we chose to stop at Kakamega in order to freshen up. The rest of the trip was going to be very continuous, so that little break window was very necessary to recalibrate. We got to Mumias, where we boarded the bus at the Mumias bus park, which was a couple of minutes just before the departure time, which was at 3 p.m. We had a couple of minutes to size up our competition. That was Starmade and Dreamline. Massive shout out to those two companies. For this trip, we weren't able to get our VIP seats, so we settled for business class, which was okay for the most part. 30 minutes upon departure, we made our first stop in Kakamega, where we got to hang out with Wilson. He was very instrumental for this trip. Massive shout out, bro. Alright, so the journey continues. We made a quick stop just as we were getting to the burnt forest. This place was gorgeous. The whole purpose of the break was for people to stretch and maybe use the bathroom, because we'd been on the road for around 3 hours since the journey began. We got to Nakuru at 8:30 p.m. and bumped into several other buses that were heading in the same direction as us. This was so exciting. In as much as I would have loved to stay awake and record the entire time, I fell asleep after we left Nairobi and woke up in Mtitwande. This was at 3:30 a.m. in the morning. The rest of the journey was very smooth. We were getting to Mombasa at around 8 a.m., which meant that we had about an hour to have breakfast and do everything we needed to do before we could catch our bus back to Nairobi City. Breakfast was the Tart Bush and it was awesome. I was so busy eating that I forgot to record. We were also time bad, so I was feeling a bit pressured at that point. Our journey back was using one of Mash's newest BBs, the Marco Polo bus. This bus is a 2x2 seating configuration, which is unlike the others that have VIP, but hopefully maybe one day we'll get VIP on these units as well. The journey was very smooth. You can hardly go wrong with a bus whose tagline is safety first. To board these Marco Polos, you have 2 daily schedules for Mombasa and Nairobi at 9 a.m. and 10:15 p.m. We got to Mtitwande at around 2:30, and honestly at this point my heart had sunk. I couldn't believe just how fast the past 48 hours had flown by. Despite the sadness that comes with one trip ending, there's always hope for more to come. See you guys on the next one.